Kate?
That's actually me. I logged into my my wife and I share a Zoom account, and I logged into it on my lap or my desktop here at work. And so now it logs us in as with her name. I found that out yesterday.
Very cool.
Oh, she's even got a background in there. What do you know? I didn't know my wife was that technical.
Or it's Zoom magic.
Hey, Dennis. Everybody.
Dr.
Hello.
Buzek, welcome. I knew you'd eventually join us. Carlos, Farouk, Ismail. Okay. Today, we are going to do an audit. And in just under 2 hours, we're going to meet there's a client here. I'll show you. I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you how these deals go down, right? Because if you're not in business, then it's not going to be meaningful to you. Okay. You see, what do you see on the screen right now?
Discord.
Is that a Teams discussion? What is that?
Oh, that's another tool. That's not the one I want. Oh, I know. I got to move the screen over. Hold on. I got too many monitors here. I'm going to move this one over. All right, here we go. What do you see? Email?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm down.
So a couple weeks ago, the CEO of this company, Lutronic, reached out. He heard us in Clubhouse, and he said, we really need to get help with our digital marketing. So he then sent it to Gina, who's the VP of marketing. And if you look up Lutronic, you'll see that it's actually a pretty big company. They do these cosmetic lasers that do all kinds of things. AccuFit, I think, is the one they're pushing now, but other skin resurfacing. You can see there are all of these pieces of training they have. And we did a quick little audit, and we're going to meet with Paul, who is their kind of operations digital marketer kind of guy, right? So you can see it went from the CEO to the head of marketing, all the way down to Paul, who we're going to have lunch with in about an hour and a half. We're going to drive out and see him. And when you have deals like this, you have to see people in person. They're a $120 million company based in South Korea. Most of their traffic comes from the United States, and they want a marketing plan. They are rebuilding their website. They have spent a little bit of money on ads, on random sorts of things, but they don't have the basics of digital plumbing in place. And we're going to talk to them in a little bit, right? You can see that Paul said, hey, you're going to be in my area next week. Let's get over lunch. So we've connected. We're going to go see him in a little bit. And here's our handle. So we're going to audit these. So when you're under the gun and you have to be ready for a client, this is what you do, okay? We're literally going to do it right now. You can see that Anthony, who's one of our guys, put together some data. Here's some keyword data. Let's go take a look at that. We have Daniel, who's our head digital plumbing. He's doing his stuff too. And because we know people who know something about cosmetic surgery and med spas, like Anthony or Dr. Laura, who is a Harvard trained physician that understands this kind of equipment, it's like an unfair advantage. So you can see here's things that we can talk about. Conquest campaigns are when you're taking competitor traffic. They are selling these lasers to the doctors, right, to the physicians themselves, not to consumers, because these machines can be 100 grand, a couple $100,000, right? Different places we can advertise. Anthony says he's worked with similar folks, right? And I come in and I take a look at their stuff, and I do some quick analysis as well, mainly by looking at the website, looking at competitors, going through these different kinds of tools. And now that Paul has given us their social handles, which we have right here, we're going to do a quick audit. And if we have enough time, but today we don't, a VA, which Sean, who manages our VAs, can turn it into our format for quick audit, with and without access. With access, it's part 2. Without access, we can do stuff publicly like we're going to do right now. I'm going to open up these different channels that they have. This works for any kind of business that has performance as key to what they're doing in digital. And you can see that most companies on their website and whatnot, they put this whole Scrabble looking thing of all their handles just because they feel like they have to be there. But we'll find that they're clearly not cross-posting, optimizing, editing, boosting, repurposing content. Okay, let's start with their website. And let's look at what evidence of plumbing they have. Well, let's see. We have, let me move this up a little bit. Well, first off, they've got a huge domain rank. Wow, 60. Splitsmetrics.com 63, so they're pretty high. They're ranking on 3,600 keywords. They have 44,000 backlinks from 938 domains. So anyone competing at a national or worldwide level really wants to be 50 plus. So they're in the right space. Their page here is at a 29 because it's on a subdomain US, actually it's a double subdomain, us.aesthetic.lutronic. If it was off of Lutronic, they'd be able to pull off of the 60. So this 30 is 3 orders of magnitude weaker than the 60. Not half, 3 orders of magnitude, 1,000 times, right? Because it's on a log scale. Every 10 is an order of magnitude. And we can see they do not have the Facebook pixel. Their tags are broken. They have a tag manager that is probably outside. Why is this not firing? Well, they don't have Google Analytics, and they admitted that. They don't have Google Remarketing, which you can sort of do and not do in medical. And let's see what their site's built with. These are all Chrome plugins. Let's see. Widgets, so kind of. Google widgets. Lazy load. Okay. CentOS. I hope they're on WordPress. I want everyone to be on WordPress. JavaScript. They basically have nothing going on, but they said they're rebuilding the website, so we're not going to nail them too much on that. But just for fun, we'll do a view developer tools, and not a Moto G4. Let's go to iPhone 10, and let's reload this timeline and see what do we get in the network. What do we got? Reload this thing. On here. 132 requests, 3.8 megabytes, kind of big, probably because they have this rotating graphic thing going on over here. Let's switch to desktop. Let's reload and see if it behaves differently to be responsive. And okay, it is a little bit different. So this is 9 megabytes, 125 requests, and it looks differently, right? So I'm toggling between mobile. iPad is, I consider it mobile, but some people say it's a desktop because it's sort of like both. But if you have to put your thumb on it, I consider it to be mobile. All right, and then we're going to go to Lighthouse, which is the PageSpeed Insights. You guys know Google PageSpeed Insights, right? This one, you can put their site in. It's the same results. They built it in the Chrome. Electronic. You get a mobile score and a desktop score. We'd like to be above 90 on both of them. Usually it's because of images that are causing problems. Images are too big, which slows you down. It's a mobile first index, as Google tells us, same in looking at Google Search Console. Everything we're doing here is public, so this is a part 1 quick audit. All right, so we are seeing here, pouring here. Someone needs to figure out who has background noise. Okay, now I got to stop and try to figure out who is on.
That's Ishmael.
Yeah.
Ishmael, mute yourself.
I'll mute him. Okay. All right, so this score is getting hammered. You can see why. And here's all the reasons why, right? It takes too long to get to the first piece of usable content. Time to interact is slow. Wow, 14 seconds.
Would you hang out for 14 seconds to see what's going on a website, or are you going to be gone? Yeah, that's not good. So there's 3 levels of loading. When you look at the timeline, there is time to first byte, which is something, which is usually the DOM. There is the usable time, which may be 5 or 6 seconds, and then there's the full load, which could be 15 seconds. So when people say the website's loading slow, well, what is it? The first byte, which is the response, the framework here without all the images, but it's usable, or the full load. And we're slow on all these. Now Google's come back and given us the score 32, terrible. On mobile, and then desktop, maybe it's a 50. Oh, it's a 75. Okay. Terrible. Okay, no one's going to wait around that long. So it's a chicken and the egg. When the website loads slow, you don't get more traffic, which then causes less conversions and all this kind of stuff. So now we want to, let's look at it back on desktop, and we'll get rid of our little Chrome thing, developer tools, which is fun. I've got these other things too. So I've got Ahrefs, I've got SEO Quake, which is free. This one, SEO Quake. So you can do all these things yourself and see. 406 pages on the domain. Bing's got more, Yahoo's got more, but Google's got a tighter index. 406 is a little on the low side. We want to be over 1,000 for national sites, maybe 10,000. For your local site, we want at least to have 100 or so. 406 web pages across all the different things they do. We kind of want to have a little bit more. So let's see. See these 406, which is a site colon. So you do a site colon, and it tells us 496. And here are the top pages. Pico Plus. Okay. Is this going to be useful in the meta description here? Maybe. Depends on what doctors want to see. I don't know. I have to ask these doctors. Pico Plus. Pico Plus. Wow, what's all this privacy policy? Huh. Okay, this is obviously garbage. So this is their 7th most powerful page, and the meta description here, which you can choose. There's SEO tools that do this sort of thing. We can specify what we want to show here. So there, because there isn't one specified, Google's just grabbing some stuff from the page. So you can think of this as ad copy, except it's free because it's showing up organically. Professionals, patients banner, select from the following professional services for more information. This is terrible. So you can actually write this to be whatever you want, right? We work with the top physicians to offer a full line of laser equipment, blah, blah, blah. That's what they would say. You'd actually want to write this, and you'd want to do it on the top 20 pages. Elevate your practice with the new laser light-based system from Lutronic. Okay, this started off pretty good. Now where's the rest of it? Now it's, keyword, keyword, keyword. So this must have been auto-pulled by Google from the page. Because if they don't have one, if there's not one specified, Google will just grab something. And who knows what they're going to grab. They're not that smart yet. All right. So there's some simple fixes there. We can look at it from an SEO standpoint. Let's look at what the top keywords are. And we're going to leave here in 45 minutes to go drive over and see them in Scottsdale. All right. So of course they rank on their own name. They rank #1 on their own name. Infamy must be some name of something they have. It is. You see in the URL over here, something, it's one of their things. Heal Light, that's the name of one of their things. Laser MD, the new Lutronic Laser MD. Okay, so often it's when they have a URL that's dedicated towards that, where the content on that page and the page title and everything else is around that, then they're going to rank for it. Hollywood Laser Peel, I think that's the name of one of their things. So they were #1 on that. They moved up 10 positions from 12 to 2 on Genius Aesthetic. Well, we've got to understand why that is. So you have all these keywords that are moving up and down. Of course, they rank on their own name. When people type in Lutronic this and Lutronic that, Lutronic Spectrum Laser, they don't rank #1 on Lutronic Spectrum Laser. Maybe it's because they have other folks that are using it, like large cosmetic surgery groups, and you can often outrank the manufacturer on that, which is okay. Right?
Is the subdomain a disadvantage?
It's a huge disadvantage. That's what we just mentioned. The subdomain Well, let's go look at where their link juice is coming from. So let's look at these 4,400 backlinks and look at how much power they are by the page. Okay, domain, the rank of the domain. So it's ASLMS, is Americans, what is that? Society of Laser something. Let's go look at that. What is this? We've got to know these organizations because we're going to incept them. ASLMS, annual conference. So many acronyms. Why don't they just say what this is? American Society for Laser Medicine. Wow, this looks like someone important. They do, 69. That's important. They rank on the same keywords, industry speakers, some videos. So we probably want to contribute to the blog, right? And probably follow them on social, retweet their stuff so that people see us, do a little inception magic. The URL power on this 2021 conference is only 35, the domain 68. Good housekeeping, wow, powerful, 88 DR. But this particular URL is a 33. So they are linking to us. Lutronics Genius Treatment is a cutting edge, whatever, that's the part, but they're top beauty picks. So this is a list of things that you can use or buy. And they're in that list, but it's no follow. So there's no use, there's no juice being passed. This one, the TIE guys. I don't know what that stands for, but they're linking to Lutronic. Reduce old acne scars. Yeah, so they do scars and tattoo removal and all these things. But this site's got a domain rank of 10, a URL rank of 22. That's weird, that's backwards, but you see that sometimes. What else is going on? Digital brand expressions. So these guys are linking to Lutronic as a client. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what's going on here. Might have a competitor. Oh, well, they're linking to a little bit of everybody, aren't they? I believe. What is going on here? I mean, it's a pretty powerful, reasonably powerful 41. I mean, of course, we're a 62, which is 63, which is 100 times more powerful. But that's cool. In case you want to know, metrics is a 63, 62, sorry. 62. Why? Because we have a lot of media pointing to us. That's why. Let's see. Says agencies 42, claiming these guys are clients. So they link to USA dot, which redirects 302 temporary redirect to US dot. Okay. Stern Laser. This must be a distributor, I'm going to guess. 301 permanent redirect from here to here. There's almost no point to ever do a 302 redirect, by the way. The best treatments for neck wrinkles. 84. Wow. Shape.com, because it's a publication. By the way, anything above 80 is going to be a publication. This page has got a 19, and there's a bunch of things on here, so they're all sharing off of this 19. So that's not so great. These are for consumers. So consumers want to, they're telling consumers what the best equipment is, but you're going to have to obviously see a doctor to get it done unless you want plastic surgery done wrong. New beauty awards. Okay. So they got a lot of links in the industry. Spa workshop. Okay. Constant contact. That means someone registered for something. Okay. Infinite radio frequency system for skin rejuvenation. Oh, PR web. Oh, somebody tried to do SEO, which passes no juice. See, no follow. This press release thing does almost nothing. People still keep trying to do it, probably because clients don't know any better and it sounds good. Oh yeah, we did a press release, and it doesn't work like that anymore. All right. So what else can we see? We see it's from 900 domains. Let's see how much power there is on these different domains that gave us the 44,000 links. This domain is an IP address. They're linking from Lutronic Europe. They ought to put this in the same domain. Why have another domain, Lutronic Europe? There's almost no power on this thing anyway, 17. Who are these other people linking to them? Well, a lot of links. So this is sort of an order of links. Who is this that's linking to them 137 times? Some like intranet thing? What is this? We don't know what this is. Say a lot. Hello, huh? Okay. Well, this is literally what we do all day long. The whole point of SEO and PPC and optimization is a lot of exploring. It's like Family Feud, where you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. I'm going to switch over to another tool, SEMrush, and then I'm going to also open up SpyFu. do action here. And I think I did some analysis here already for Tronic. I think I did a site crawl. Or maybe I didn't. Did I not? Thought I did. Tronic.com. All right. And they're going to have slightly different numbers than Ahrefs. So the authority score is usually lower. It's 47 there instead of 60. You can see it's organic traffic only, no ads. They're not really running any ads. Why? Because they don't have any tracking and they don't want to waste money unless they know it works. 28,000 backlinks, which is less than the other guys were reporting. We can see that the US has got most of their traffic, even though they're based out of South Korea. When you Wikipedia them and see who they are, right? Here's Korea. Most of their traffic is coming from the US. The different SERP features, you can see these kinds of features. Knowledge panel, which is what we talked about a couple weeks ago. Local 3-pack, they don't have offices they're trying to get consumers into. They're selling to doctors. They hold events. Stories, images. Wow. Well, of course, it makes sense. The images, though, were probably going to come from the consumers. Site links are great. Reviews. They could take advantage of videos. We really need to take advantage of this. If we got images, we should have videos, right? Featured snippet. If we have enough power to rank on certain informational kinds of searches, then it'll just show up at the top as a featured snippet. And here's other things. This is all part of universal search where there's all these different ways to show up. A lot of people think it's just a web page. No, it's not. All these different snippets can show up. And you can see the same thing, these other keywords. We're using another tool. Here's competitors. Branded traffic is most of their traffic. Kind of neat. Competitive positioning. Look at this. This is all done. All I did was type in this URL. Now they're showing us what's going on. Most of these links are follow. That doesn't tell us anything. Text links, image. Wow. Most of these are image links, which still count. Anchors, Korean anchors. Well, let's see. Okay. So that's cool. Let's look at how this is 47 has trended over time. See if there's anything that's happened that may have caused a problem in the last year. So I think they hired an SEO PR company. So they increased the number of referring domains by a lot, 1,200 up to 1,800. Wow. But the number of links is going down. Wow. Wow, that's bad. Wow, they went from 49,000 links down to 20-some thousand links. Uh-oh. So they have more referring domains, yet they have fewer links. That looks fishy. Why might that be? Maybe it's the authority score has changed. So the domains that are referring in, most of them are in the 10 to 20 range, which is not necessarily bad. This looks almost like a normal distribution. It is a little high over here. We kind of want to have, not everything's going to be a CNN level kind of thing. They only have one that's 90 to 100, which we can see if we want. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think what happened was they lost a bunch of links. They hired an SEO or PR company. That company said, yeah, we generated lots of links. We got 300 new links this week. Yeah, all garbage links down here for things that we don't want. Why is that? Well.
Huh. Let's see. Let's do a backlink audit. This might come back a little bit later and we'll run a full site scan and get a beautiful report. We can white label it and put our logo on it, This tool, by the way, costs a couple $1,000 a month. We get it for free because I'm on their customer advisory board. I know their founders. They just went public too, by the way. Mark bought a bunch of stock. I could have bought as much stock as I wanted at 12. I went to 20. I didn't buy any stock. Shame. Okay. See, isn't that the thing about, being in the industry? You should know. It's my favorite SEO PPC tool. Now let's go over to, okay, we opened up SpyFu, did we not? Yeah, we did. Okay. I'm not old and senile yet. Okay. So I like to use all these tools. They all kind of intersect in slightly different ways. SpyFu has this thing called Combat, which is better for competitive PPC. That's how they started out in PPC. A couple thousand keywords, similar to what we saw with Ahrefs. A couple thousand clicks. These clicks are worth a couple bucks each, but not quite enough data to see exactly what that might be worth. Here's these competitors. And now we can see laser hair removal, Lutronic, these other guys. Not enough keywords to run combat, which is on the paid side. All right. We see these same keywords, AccuFit. Oh, RF needling, they said they wanted that. Not a ton of data here. We just have to see competitively, see who else makes lasers that do these different sorts of things. And I'm not well versed enough to understand. So I've got to spend some time. What is this AccuFit? Like, you really just got to be a consumer, you know? AccuFit. Targeted muscle activation treatment. So you see these people with six-pack. These women with beautiful six-packs, huh? Look at that. This is some muscle stimulation. Oh, they put these things there and electrocute your abs and whatnot. Is that what they're doing here? Looks like it. Oh, your butt, your abs. Set it and forget it. Fast 30-minute TXS. Transactions. Patient testimonials. Okay. Before and after. Wow. There's no way that happens in one session. Oh, 4 treatments. Really? She didn't just eat less? What happened to her little belly ring here? That disappeared. Let's see. AccuFit. All right. So basically, wealthier women that maybe they're working out, but they get that stubborn belly fat, huh? Let's see what's going on here. Okay. These women are already healthy and athletic looking, but they want to trim a little more, huh? This is not liposuction, then. That would be a little different, huh? All right. Let's see. You know, what'd be more powerful here is having one of the doctors introduce this and saying, "Hey, welcome. I'm so-and-so from Lutronic, and I'm going to tell you about what our IntelliSlim electrodes do. And we do this, this, and this." Instead of what they're doing, which is just playing that silly music. Maybe it's because they have Korean folks that are ashamed of their English or something. No. All right, that's weak. Now let's go look at, this is on their YouTube. All right, 1,000 subscribers. We can bump that. Not that that's the most important thing. Wow, 20,000 views. That means they ran ads to these, I would think. Spectra. Who is that? It's from Lutronic, so it must be the name of one of their products. Pico Plus, that must be one of their things. So these are all playlists. Okay. Let's see how many total views. 1,000. Okay, 20,000. So they promoted a few of these videos, and most of their videos get no traffic. But at least they've uploaded these playlists. AccuFit PT and TX testimonials, 53 seconds. I would name this something else.
So I'd say probably the biggest thing I've noticed is that I actually have so if I flex, I feel it's supposed to pop out, but I didn't know.
Oh wow, look at these things that are on her tummy.
Overall better core strength. So when I'm exercising,
Are they optimizing these videos? Do they even have a description? All this, we'll subscribe. That's weak. All right, so we can optimize that. Lutronic Genius, intelligent RF delivery. So a lot of it is just like fun, understanding what they do. Because if you don't understand what they do, which is full content targeting, it's not gonna do you any good. Okay. So they really could use some 1-minute videos. Huh. Okay. So they paid somebody on Fiverr probably to put this together. I get 20,000 views of this. People are not going to stay and watch this. We got to look at the stats. I have this amazing Genius. Love it. Infinity micro needling RF. Okay. That's cool, I guess. How about someone talking about it? Now, what the RF laser does is it comes in and it does this and it does that. And this is why it's so special. But there, you see, this is good. We can make it better. And then we can cross-post this in so many different areas. Let's see what they're doing. Are they cross-posting to social?
Lutronic Intelligent Care. I would change that tagline, but we're not here for branding. So who are they doing this for? Oh, aesthetics, dermatologists, med spas, plastic surgeons. Oh, cool. Let's do a little count on how many there are for each of these. So they're telling us what they carry. Spectra, LaserMD, AccuFit, you just saw, Cara, Laser. Cara is what, skin, like keratin or Genius. Yeah, I learned what these things are. Events, that's how they sell. They have these doctor dinners, which have been tougher to do, I think, because of Corona. Lutronic Australia. Lutronic Canada. I don't know if they need these regional ones. Let's see. They're getting some. Oh, all right. With Melissa, watch a live treatment of Ultra Glow. Okay. Register at this bit.ly link. Okay. That's cool. Isn't it neat? We just get to see what these other people are doing. So this is the booth, so we can see what they're doing from a marketing standpoint. Okay, they did some kind of Zoom here. What are they saying? This is doctors talking to other doctors. That's cool.
I'd be curious to know what Jessica has to say. Yeah, I mean, I've had mine over a year also, and I think the technology is great. In terms of hair, I love the idea. I honestly do want hair, and I use it, I would say, almost as much for pigmentation, sun damage, melasma. I think it's a great
Wow. I think this is great. There's 129 views on this thing. Don't you think this should be cross-posted? I think so. I think they should turn it into an article. It should be a Facebook post. It should be. I bet you they're not doing it. Maybe they are. We can inspect it. Let's see. Okay, so this one's cross-posted. We just saw this one. 1,700 posts. Wow. I bet you there's a VA doing this. Bit.ly links. I don't like Bit.ly links. We don't trust Bit.ly links. These stories we could cross-post. That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's see their other channels. Facebook. Dr. Adrian Laura. Okay.
Are you saying shorteners are fine? You just don't like Bitly?
Don't use URL shorteners unless it's your own that you spin. And people really trust you because people don't know where the thing's going to go to. Okay. No likes, comment. 3 likes, not that that's the most important thing. Nothing. So this page is basically dying unless you're boosting it. Almost nothing. Someone is coming here and just posting. Oh, here's that one we saw. All right, 68 views a week ago. Someone's cross-posting, but they're not boosting. And I doubt they're doing it kind of targeting. We know they're not because they don't have the plumbing in place to do that. Do you want to roll back the clock? Okay, you want to look younger? You know, maybe this woman, she looks 32, but maybe she's 40, you know? Let's see, how are they doing on these videos? I bet you they're cross-posting a lot of these, huh? Okay. Yeah, we saw these ones. Proprietary handpiece, smart laser, AccuFit. So I've got to be able to say their words fluidly. Paralaze for your hair. All right. Okay. Beauty cast. This must be their podcast, huh? They have so many of these. Muscle activation. What is this?
It's holding it through the aesthetic. What type of feedback do you get? Do you get giggles? Do you get what?
Oh, it is theirs.
Yeah, we get giggles. Like the twist mode really does feel like as someone is, you're a human washcloth and you're being wrung out. That's right.
The sound is kind of weak. Well, they could improve that. Anytime they interview a doc, they should just ship them something, you know? Ship them a little Blue Yeti or ship them, ship them a $20 microphone. All right. Laser peel. Dr. Shaw. 950 views. People watch this one. What's this going on?
Wait, is that just dirt on the skin? Nope. This is something called the Hollywood laser peel, and it's one of the most satisfying things to watch. Black
holding a
carbon
microphone.
over the surface of the skin, and then they run the laser over it. It helps with hyperpigmentation, and it also improves collagen to get rid of wrinkles, and there's almost no downtime with this procedure.
That's cool. Wow, it's visual, it's interesting. You have this dude narrating
Wait,
it.
is that
He's
just
got good
dirt on the
sound. The key is the good sound. The most important thing in the video is the sound. What is the pain level? Oh, what?
Absolutely no worse than, you know, some other treatments I've got. It was very, very doable. The pre-treatment care definitely helped.
6.5 sounds painful to me. What does that even mean? Is this her? Oh my goodness, what are they doing to her? They need to have it narrated. Now what we're doing is we're doing this, and here's why we're doing it, and here's what. Yeah, that was weak. I think they're just afraid to narrate this for some reason. I guess they have these other doctors, which is fine too. Northwest Plastic Surgery Media Day. What the heck? 11-second bumper. All right. So they have a sizzle reel. That was. How would you do that? That's more like a story. That's not a post. Dr. Heaney at Northwest. Okay. On the Osmo Mobile 3. Okay. That's it. How about I'm Dr. Heaney and I've been doing this for 10 years and I love my patients and come see us. It's such and such city. You saw how I collected this stuff a week ago when we were with Dr. Laura. If you haven't, watch our office hours 2 weeks ago. Aesthetic clinic. Okay. So we see what's going on. There's some of these things too. Estheticians, doctors, folks who work in the med spas, not a consumer thing, because I imagine these things are very expensive. And then to get the leads, they need to educate. They need to invite these people to dinner. They need to get on these webcasts. Oh, the link to their Twitter doesn't work. Got to remember that. What else is going on here? Lutronic laser. Okay. Non-ablative. Non-ablative. What does that mean? You know what I do most of the time? I don't know what something means. What is ablative? Do you know in your case? Yeah. Ablative laser. Okay. What is that? Wounding laser that removes the thin outer layer of skin and heals the underarm. Heats the. Okay. Well, all lasers burn the skin. That's how it regenerates. So what the heck does non-ablative mean? So it doesn't burn the skin? They all burn the skin. What the heck does that mean? What is this? Oh, no, I wanted that. I wanted the people also ask. See, notice Google knows that people who ask this, they also ask these related PAA. What's the difference between ablative and non-ablative? Ablatives are its top layer, non-ablatives heat underline without harming the surface. Oh, really? Okay. Well, they should have a little something about non-ablative and ablative. And are all their machines non-ablative? I don't know. They do these other things. So okay, the laser, the muscle stimulation. You might not even want to have these on the website as part of YouTube because then it starts showing these other things. So you know I've been watching these track and field videos, so that's why it's showing us these things here. Maybe you want to do a Wistia, something like that. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Wrinkle reduction, acne. So we can do a end run consumer play by looking at the things that they are offering and target the consumers and say, ask your doctor, here's a list of med spas that do this sort of thing. Webinars. I got a bunch of webinars. Oh, these are great. We can turn these into articles. See these webinars any good? Keralaze. Ultra laser creates tiny microchannels in the scalp. Wow, really? That's cool. Thinning hair, product inquiry, purchase it. Webinars. All right. Which webinar? These are clearly for doctors. A novel approach for diffuse pigmentation by Lays MD. I don't think a consumer is going to watch that, but let's see. Don't tell me it's YouTube. I got to register. Okay. That means someone's going to probably contact me, right? Okay. I'm not a robot. Sure. Let me see. See what they got. Really just doing usability, you know, just item in the list. What item? Oh, specialty. OBGYN, sure. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna leave here in 10 minutes. Or actually 20 minutes. Okay. Webinar starts in, oh, it's, okay, here it is. Play this thing. go to the heart of this thing.
Next slide. So again, this just shows that the different ways it can do. You can do the straight line if you want. You can do the random. You can stamp if you want. So if you want to go back and stamp, you can go back and stamp, but it doesn't.
Okay, she's not a salesperson, but it's a webinar.
Other clotting disorders that could certainly be made worse by using. I just haven't done it. I think it's treatment range.
Okay, if you're a
I agree
physician,
with you, doctor. There is no one size fits all.
marketing. Oh, this is key. This is our secret weapon. Is we, instead of just being another company that sells cosmetic lasers, we can say, hey, we'll help you. Social media counter support. Okay, so this is for promoting theirs. These are materials for their own thing, giving them stuff to post. But what if they actually consulting support? Yeah, maybe say, not only do we provide the best equipment, but we also help your practice grow so you can get more patients, because we recognize that these machines are expensive and we want to help you not only be able to afford it, but quickly get the product paid back. Instead of having some 3-year loan, pay it off, just earn so much money in the first 6 or 7 months, it's already paid for itself. And now it's just all profit. And, we offer financing, but we're going to help you drive more patients too. Practice marketing program. Okay. This is where we come in and do Inception. We help them with we help Lutronic. And then as part of it, we'll say, we want to get more physicians. If we show we have a better product and we help them with their marketing by looking at how they rank on local and their keywords and all the things that we already teach, we provide you with many tools, including a state-of-the-art video brochure. Great, show me. Where? Show me an example. This is weak. Marketing content. You will have a personal marketing contact for consultation anytime. It sounds like a salesperson. I don't think she's even real. I bet you this is I don't think she's a real person. All right, what's this? Show me examples of what are these clients doing? How are we able to? $200. Aesthetic symposium. What is going on here? Okay. Huh. Social media guide. Okay, what's this? Oh no. They have this stock art. Never do stock art when it comes to personal services, because then these need to be humans. You need to show that you're talking to humans, not these faceless looking things. You have real doctors that really care, not this. Don't do this. Download here, free to Lutronic customers. We realize how difficult it is to do marketing, so we just went ahead and made this canned stuff for you. Okay, let's look at it. Part number. You've registered to order the product. Okay. What is this? All right. I think we could do better than that. Oh, they get 2,000 likes. 2,000 likes in the post, and that must be okay then. Okay. About us. Okay. Oh, because we're inside their 3D cart. All right, that's why. We somehow got away from their website. 3D cart. I can't believe they're using 3D cart. Okay, let's search on Lutronic. Oh, I didn't mean to type in .com. It auto-completed for me. Lutronic. Laser price. Yeah, I think people probably care about that. What shows up there? Ads. Oh, these people probably are trying to snipe. They're clearly bidding on the customer. Okay. Industrial lasers, IPG. Oh, IPG's big. Even I've heard of them. So they're sniping. This is called conquesting, when you're trying to steal from the competitor. Oh, this is not even correct. Oh, IPG. Oh, extremely reliable laser cutting machine. Saves time, money, and space on your shop floor. Oh, this is the wrong laser, dum-dums. Look at the wrong laser, bro. I've heard of IPG. Yeah, okay. Industrial laser machines. I don't think you want that thing that's cutting steel to be on your face. Right, Sean? That's probably not too good. Probably would hurt, I would think. I think the pain level will be higher than a 6 on that one. Okay. They're on Alibaba. Wow. A lot of these things. Is it cheaper on Alibaba? What the heck's going on here? Are they cool with the stuff being on Alibaba, or is it just somehow being resold? What the heck's going on here? Lutronic laser, 5,000. Oh, must be people selling their used stuff. Okay, or whatever. All right. You can find everything on Alibaba. Stuff that you're not even supposed to be able to have, you can find. Pico. Okay, they were talking about this Pico laser. China unique Lutronic. Is that what their thing is? China? I thought they're from South Korea. Or it's from a place that Shenzhen. Okay. Huh. Just trying to understand who they are, right? Goals, content, and targeting. Goals. This company wants to sell more of these lasers at a certain cost in ROAS, which means leads are worth a certain amount. And content. Well, clearly we can see the docs that are using it and the happy patients, and they have marketing materials. Targeting. We know that we gotta hit the docs. Dermatologists, med spas, physicians, people who aesthetics, estheticians. Interestingly, Alibaba would take the top 2 results. 3 results. Medical Expo, get a quote. Lutronic aesthetic. Wow, they don't even rank on their own thing. They don't even rank on their own name. The ads that are ahead, you got to go all the way down here before people can get to Lutronic. Now, tell me that's not messed up. Here we got some site links, which they can choose if they want. Locations. What, for docs that have Lutronic? Well, they could pass a little SU juice to them and vice versa. Oh, locations of their offices. Okay. Out of Massachusetts and then at headquarters in Korea. China, Germany. News and events. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, let's look at their LinkedIn. I think I had it open already, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, here. Following. Hale Young, their CEO, works here. All right. And it's aesthetic, so you have these beautiful women, because who wouldn't want to look like that? Energy-based, surgical laser ophthalmology. Oh, they do ophthalmology too? That's cool. Since 1997, that's cool. Key opinion leaders, okay. Wow, they're a big company. They're actually, oh, here they are, they're cross-posting here. All right, we saw these ones already. Okay. Maybe they'll notice that I liked it. Okay, here's these posts. Same posts. Okay, so somebody's cross-posting. That's good, but I think we've got to improve the content. I think if we improve the content, improve boosting, turn these things into blog posts so we have stronger SEO power, change the subdomain to the main domain so it's a subfolder /US instead of US dot. Could be a lot better. And then they got to get their plumbing and tracking so we can track everything. So that's going to be our proposal. And I think it will be I think it's going to be $100,000 for 6 months. That's what I'm going to propose. I think that's about what it should be. Yeah, because we're going to put a team of 3 people against it. Put an account manager like Kristen and a video VA or 2, train up their guy. We're going to meet for lunch in a little bit. Daniel's going to help on PPC. Dan Passer is going to help on the website and the redesign. Pinterest, because they're trying to target these women. They know that women are on Pinterest, but they're not getting any power on this, are they? 4,000 views, sure, I'll follow it. I'm a guy, but sure. So they're trying to do the consumer side of the market, and they're trying to target doctors. I guess that works well. I mean, you see prescription kinds of things where they'll try to get the old people to want to use that purple pill Nexium or whatever and say, ask your doctor if it's right for you. So that's a 2-sided marketing play. All right, see how their Twitter is. Okay, we said their Twitter doesn't exist. All right, so I remember that. We have a good idea what their keywords are. We have, well, let's see, wrinkle. Let's have a wrinkle. I mean, it shows consumer products like $20. Who else is here? Skin pen, FDA approved, which usually means micro needling. That's what that is. They wanted to rank on micro needling. I heard them say that. What is micro needling? RF, radio frequency. Okay. What is this? Ad. Roar. Isn't that Roar Drugs? What is this? Is this competitor? Let's see. Roar Aesthetics. Yes, they are competitor. $50,000. Roarer. Can they say the name of this thing? What is this? Oh, they do the same thing. Must use the same sort of fiber people. Great, here's the machine. Now tell me about it. Say what it does. Give me some testimonials. Tell me how long you've been in business. Show the face of some doctor who's well known, which we call a lighthouse or a figurehead. I've been using this in my practice for the last 3 years. Let me tell you, ever since we switched to Raw Aesthetics, our practice has really been taking off because we use the new Pixel 8 and our patients love it. Not only that, but Roar's also helped us with our marketing, with a complete marketing system. And that's why I use the new Pixel 8 RF. Blah, blah, blah. There, I just pretended to do a voiceover. You see how they need to have a human talking. Otherwise, it's just some machine that's generating these videos, that pictures and whatever. All right. What else do we know about these guys? Genius. What is Genius? We've seen this a bunch of times. Genius, intelligent RF, depth, needling. Okay, it's micro needling. Precise coagulation zones through real-time impedance monitoring. What does that mean? That's Genius. Oh, so Genius, I don't get it. Okay. See, the thing is when you're marketing things that are technical, you have to know enough. You could be the smartest person in marketing, but if you don't get into the detail of what the heck is going on here, message from the CEO. All right. What do you think should be here? There he is. That looks like a professional photo. How Young Wang. He's the CEO. He looks like a CEO. Let's see. Let's come over here. Little mail action, and let's do a search. And let's see. Here he is. Okay. Did I not spell it right? Okay, so this guy said, this is the CEO, weeks ago. Hey, Gina, this is Dennis. We should consult with him, right? And I said, hey, glad to meet you. Let's talk. When are you free now? No, I'm not. How about now? No. How about this? Yes. Okay, fine. Let's talk. Oh, we had a good conversation. Oh, let's talk again. I'm bringing these other people. Oh, I'm flying around. Let's talk this other time. Now look, I did a quick little search and I saw there's things that are busted. And here's our competitors, and I think we can go after these docs. Lots of opportunity. And I even took these little screenshots using Dropbox, which I've integrated to automatically save screenshots. See? There. It's organic traffic. It's all organic traffic mainly. All right. So there you go. That's an audit. We're going to meet these guys. We're leaving in a few minutes. Go have lunch with them. Nail this deal. It came top down from the CEO. So you're going to get way more power when the CEO is the one who makes the recommendation, as opposed to me coming in from the bottom saying, hey, we'd love to get you guys as a client. Can you introduce me to your head of marketing and then introduce me? You see how there's way more power from the top down, right? That's what you want. And that comes from building authority, the 3 components of authority, lighthouse, all that kind of stuff. Right, Dr. Vivek? Way more power that way. All right, we're going to leave in a couple minutes, but I wanted to open up questions.
Dennis, this is Alicia. I have one question. It's slightly unrelated to today's thing, but it's important. If I have a Shopify store and connect it to Facebook for a shop, right? Let's say it's already done, that's connected. Can I do the direct checkout and have that sync to Shopify for the purposes of inventory? Or do I absolutely have to put those orders through manually?
Yikes, that doesn't sound like an office hours sort of question, but Shopify has plugins that will help you manage your POS and fulfillment. So we're not the experts on tuning Shopify and managing inventory. Well,
it's a Facebook issue. It's a Facebook issue that.
Well, anything with e-com is going to be based on dynamic ads. So Shopify has a dynamic ads integration with Facebook, but we recommend that you kind of roll your own. It's not that hard.
Okay, thanks. I think I asked the question wrong, but yeah.
I would strongly recommend not touching e-com unless you are a pro and you're deep.
Oh, well, I mean, that's my main client. I've been with them for like 8 months. I mean, they are an e-com platform. So, yeah,
Well, the
can't really
difference would be
get out of
a
it.
platform versus an e-com seller, someone who's trying to buy and sell, or trying to sell their items to a shopping cart, right?
Yeah, it's an e-com company. I mean,
Okay.
they do other things, but I'm on the e-com side. It's just that direct checkout through IG or Instagram. It keeps
Oh,
making
IG
that.
checkout. Okay, that's new.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant the dynamic ads.
No. Everything's good. I mean, we ads, everything's good over there in that regard. It's just that direct checkout through Facebook or Instagram where it puts it into
Oh, I
the
see what you're
Facebook
talking about.
system.
Sorry, I was thinking about something else.
Yeah. I probably asked that wrong.
Yeah, ask
Alicia, I
that.
had this exact same issue with another client, and basically it's a back end function in the Shopify control panel. So if you want to take this conversation offline, just email me and I can try to jump in and help.
Yeah, please, because there seems to be some syncing issue. It just doesn't take it off of our inventory on the Shopify end, and that's why it's turned off. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, JP. Anyone
Dennis,
else?
I have a
Thoughts?
question.
Jeremy, glad you're here.
Yeah, good to be here.
Dennis, I'm wondering, you're going to give them your quote of 100 grand in 6 months. What do you share with them about the results they're going to get? How do you quantify that in some way so that they can understand the value of what specifically is going to happen?
Easy. We look at their sales growth and we estimate what would a 10% increase, 20%, 30% increase look like. Let's look at the sales growth that they've had in the last few years. I think in the last 3 years, they've gone from a couple million a year in sales to 30 or 40 million. So they're doubling every year with the small team. So you have to be able to increase upon what they already have. So if they've been increasing by 50% every year, and we say, yeah, we can increase your sales by 10%, they're going to laugh at you. And we also need to see what the margins are. So if they sell a machine for $100,000, what's that worth? Well, it goes back to goals, content, and targeting. Maybe there's so much margin in there, they can sell that for 30 grand in marketing cost and still be profitable, or maybe not, right? Depending, because I think the lower end lasers are less profitable because there's so many Chinese lasers and Turkish lasers, right? You got to know what those margins are. So ultimately, in a business deal, this sounds super basic and simple, but people miss. If someone's going to pay us $1, we got to generate them another $3, $4, $5 at least, maybe another $10. So if we say, hey, it's going to be 100 grand and here's the investment, we need to show that that's $500,000 or $1 million or multiple millions. I think they did 120 million last year. So if we say, hey, you guys did 120 million, we can help you make another $1 million next year. I don't think that's interesting, right? Especially when it's coming from the CEO. So we're not gonna go to the CEO and say, oh yeah, we can do this package for $2,500. They're gonna look at this and say, this isn't right. These guys must not be serious.
Hi, Dennis.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much for your knowledge you have given to us. And I just wanted to let you know that it's around 2 a.m. in Pakistan, and in a couple of hours I have to go to office.
Yeah.
But thank you for your knowledge you have given to us. And I have already submitted my CDMA certificate, as
Good.
I think you may know. Yeah.
That's the way to go, Fruit. Glad you're here. It's a long road. There's a lot to learn. But everything is doable. Everything is documented. This is a path that's been trodden many times. And we have someone who's brand new here, Evan. Hey, Evan, can we see your face and can you unmute and introduce yourself?
Hi there. Hi, I'm Evan. Yeah, I was gonna ask a question actually. I was gonna ask if they're primarily selling to larger providers like med spas and doctors, right? Because you were suggesting that they have more like of a streamlined and interactive videos to market their products, like with actual people instead of just a robot or technical knowledge being spit in the face of the people they're trying to sell to. But because they're not selling to the average consumer, do you think it's better that they're their marketing would be more technically focused to the people they're trying to sell to? Or do you think
Yeah,
even when
you're not talking to consumers. You're right. We're talking to doctors,
Mhm.
and they care about. They already have probably several lasers in their office, unless they're just starting up, like Dr. Vivek's brand new.
Yeah.
It could be that there's a conglomerate where they're buying on behalf of multiple locations.
this is
They're
true?
an esthetician. They run a med spa, so they're familiar with this kind of terminology. So when you're marketing to doctors, you have to give them what they want, but you still have to preserve the human angle. Just because things are technical and there's a lot of lingo and jargon doesn't mean that you become impersonal.
And that it has to be boring, yes, or impersonal or boring. Yeah, that's true.
People still buy from people, but because they're doctors, the level of technical expertise has to be higher than a consumer saying, hey, we can make your wrinkles go away and have you look younger. Well, that's not going to work on a doctor, right? Doctor's going to be smart.
Do you think that when you are selling to doctors like this, that your main selling points would be price range and economy, or would it be results, therefore, happiness of their clients?
Neither. It's trust.
Trust
is what causes a sale. Yeah, I mean, price, sure. But if you get a surgery, like Evan, you had surgery on your hand, would you go to the cheapest doctor, or they offer 20% off? Is that where you go to get your surgery?
No, you want to go to the guy with the credentials and the guy who you trust.
So it's trust. And anything that's in professional services, dentists, real estate agents, doctors, attorneys, is always about trust. Trust comes from authority. There's 3 components of authority. Study what those are. They're like the laws of gravity. Even if you don't know them, it doesn't mean they don't affect you. Just because you don't know what gravity is, you jump off a building, you'll find out what gravity is. So authority is something very measurable, and it's what drives sales, especially when there's a lot of people you could choose from to offer that service or offer that laser. There's a lot of companies that offer lasers that do similar things, or this muscle electrostimulation thing, right? There's lots of companies. Why would you choose Lutronic over these other companies? Trust and reputation, the other doctors, the knowledge, the fact that they're there. And if the price is higher, that's okay. Because if they offer better marketing support, if their patients are happier, if I can do more treatments, if Lutronic is in higher demand by the consumers, then you want to offer what the consumers are asking for, especially if Lutronic's being written up in the news and in Better Home and Garden and these other places, like, oh, this Lutronic one is non-ablative and helps patients recover faster. Well, shoot, if patients are asking for that, I need to make sure I have that equipment in my office.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Is their primary market in South Korea where they're based, or are they marketing
worldwide? The US is the biggest market. They want to penetrate, they want to do more in the US, even though they're a Korean company. So they do have people in the US. Gina, who's their head of marketing, is Korean, and she lives in West Hollywood, and she's with it. But they want, I think, an American marketing company that understands performance, that they can partner together on, where we charge them an initial fee to get going, and then we have a rev share together, which is what we discussed briefly, and they were okay with that idea of profiting together. Evan, you should introduce yourself.
I'm Evan Ananian. I'm 20 years old. I'm starting to get into the world of digital marketing. I've known Dennis for about a year, and I've been very intrigued and awestruck and watching him work, as well as his partner and Mark Wagner. And I've watched them work a lot in the time that I've known them, and been very fascinated by how much the world of digital marketing affects all aspects of the success and growth of a startup or an already established business and company. So I'm native to the Middle East. I'm originally from Iraq, but I've been in the US my whole life, and I've grown up with the internet and with being marketed to digitally by companies, seeing ads on Facebook and Instagram, and ads that an algorithm that Dennis largely helped design on Facebook. But I've been marketed to by large companies my whole life and not really understood how they did that and what the sorts of formulas and algorithms they used to catch my attention and help me buy their products or encourage me to buy their products. And now getting into the nitty gritty of that is very interesting. It's almost like seeing the man behind the curtain. It's a very interesting thing to see. So I'm very excited to get to learn from all of you here. And I think I'm probably one of the younger people that's going to be in these meetings consistently. So I do have a lot to learn, but I am very eager to do so. So
Well, Evan, welcome. We're glad you're here.
thank you.
And there's a lot of people here at different stages of their sophistication who are brand new, like Tucker. You should connect with him, text with him or whatnot. There are people that are mid-career, like a Kristen, or maybe a Carlos or a Sean. And you have people who are senior, like a Jeremy and a Tom. And so all of us, we help each other in different sorts of ways. And Evan is unique because he's had a difficult past and some personal challenges, especially in the last year, that I've witnessed him be able to overcome, which is a show of character. You see, it's only when there's the fire that you get the test of who people really are. And I've seen Evan come through the other side. Evan, you want to show me your hand?
Yeah, I suffered a gunshot wound in December, and I don't have the entire use of my hand. My ring finger is fused in place to the rest of my fingers. I have no joint in my ring finger, but I have been through about 2 surgeries. I might be going on a 3rd, but I am still able to use a computer very well, and my typing proficiency has suffered really minutely. So I would say that in the aspects of what I can do when it comes to digital marketing, the injury hasn't affected me that much, and I've found that it's mostly a mental sort of thing. As long as you don't allow the pain and the just how it looks to cause you to stumble and forget what you want to do, then you can overcome it. It's been quite difficult, but I haven't let it seep into too many personal areas of my life. It's funny because I do come from a war zone, but I never got shot there. But you end up getting shot in the first world. Life has a funny way of coming at you like that. But yeah, and I definitely have, now that we're on this topic of medical stuff, I have got a lot of alternative treatments marketed to me ever since I've been the victim of an injury, a severe injury, because doctors will come at you with sort of things that are not conventional and say, oh, we got this new machine. Do you want to buy it? We'll see if your insurance covers it. And they will bill your insurance for $10,000 or more and make you have a copay of $2,000. So I've had a lot of that come at me. So it's interesting to see it from the marketing side, where they're marketing to me now because I am a consumer.
Yeah. And we're helping a lot of doctors, which is great, and other kinds of service professionals, and even other people that are like an Evan or like a Tucker. And we're almost ready to go. You guys should check this out. I'm putting it here in the chat. It's financialfreedommovement.com. I want to share one final thing and we'll get out of here. And we have many of these things that are in progress, and most of it's being put together by Chris Lamb. And you can see that we've been optimizing this. So you can go there yourself. This is built on the Lightspeed platform. Look at this.
Real great. I'm so excited. So basically, you guys as the audience are gonna have to choose between me, Dennis, and Armani on who has to drink the toilet water. So make your decision below.
Who do you want to drink the toilet water?
So make your decision below.
Who? Jeremy, who should drink the toilet water?
So make your decision below.
I'm gonna say anybody but you.
Make your decision below.
All right, Jake or Armand?
Jake.
Jake?
Great. So you choose me. I hate you. I'm gonna scoop the water out of the toilet. But this is just an example of hooking in the audience, because now you guys are engaged and you guys want to see what's going on. One big thing with video making or marketing in general is hooking the audience in right away with some sort of fun, different, unique thing. And obviously, I decided to do it with drinking toilet water. So here we go. This is gross. We have these purifying light straws that are supposedly able to filter water. Hopefully this works. I don't know whose idea it was to do this. It tastes like water. That's right. I think I'm getting sick.
what's the mission of Financial Freedom Movement?
I want to be able to inspire tens of thousands of kids to get active with their careers and their businesses and their entrepreneurship and their content and their personal branding, and give them a roadmap that I never had. And I made so many mistakes going through my career. I wish there was people or experts that I could just have watched and learned so much from to eliminate all the mistakes that I was going to make along the way. And I want to create a community, a network of people that are all striving towards the same goal, which is freedom and happiness. And that's a byproduct of being financially free. I want you guys to guess how much the average American makes in 1 year.
How much?
$30,000.
30, 50, or
30K.
55?
Probably 30.
30.
Yeah.
30,000. That is the correct answer according to the U.S. Census. It's roughly around $31,000 a year, which is average to $15 an hour if you're working an 8-hour day. A lot of people are struggling and don't know necessarily how to succeed or how to make more money. Another question: how many people do you think in America are living paycheck to paycheck?
What do you think? 78, Tom? Yeah.
78%. That is correct. I remember growing up, my dad was actually living paycheck to paycheck, and it's not easy. It's very difficult. A lot of people struggle with this, and that's okay. If you're watching this right now and you want to get involved, you want to take your stuff to the next level, let's get honest about where you are at right now and how much money you are making so that we can amplify that and make you more money. When they built this house years ago, they put a secret door inside of this room right here. I don't know if you guys want to see it. It's kind of a secret. I haven't really showed anyone, but it's pretty cool. If you want to see it, say yes. If not, say no.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
All right, deal. So I don't know if you guys can tell where the doorway is, but it's pretty sneaky. Oh, whoops. About that, clean up aisle 3. Look at this secret doorway into the next room. Come on. Taking you guys in. Don't tell anybody. So I just want to know, do you have a job currently? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Yes. Kind of.
So this means that you're already working hard. You have a job. You want to make money. You want to be financially free. You want your bank account to grow. So with this program, we're going to be teaching you skills, things, tips, advice to help you grow that in your free time. When you're not working at your job, when you're not, doing your 9 to 5, this is that program that's going to take you to the next level to get you to the next financial status. With all that said, I want to be able to help you guys make more money, achieve success, and the results that you want. So, next question. Do you guys want to be able to be hired by somebody, work for someone, and have a job? Or do you want to be an entrepreneur and be hiring people, start your own business, create your own brand, become an influencer? Which one? Which one? Which one?
Which one?
I want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with getting a job. It's something that you may need to do as an entrepreneur. But since you clicked on entrepreneur, we're going to be able to help you walk down the path.
All right, so you can see this continues, right? And we have lots of these that are like that with other figureheads that we build courses around, whether they're interactive or not. What do you think?
That's cool.
Yeah.
What did you say it was built on, Dennis?
That one's built on Lightspeed, but we have all these other pieces too, which maybe we'll talk about in next week's session.
What is Lightspeed?
Lightspeed's an interactive video course creator. Started by Brad Lee 20 years ago. And he's a good friend of ours, and a lot of big names use that tool.
A lot of trainers in the automotive sector use that.
Yeah.
Is it specifically for the interactive sort of courses?
The interactive video part is the key. Otherwise, you would just use YouTube or Kajabi or one of these other, Teachable, Thinkific.
I've had a decent amount of minimum wage jobs in the last couple of years that when they do your training courses for that, they are interactive courses like that. With those courses have probably been built on Lightspeed then.
Yeah, a lot of them probably are. Yeah, Brad was the first one in the space, and he's a good friend of ours.
I have a quick question, Dennis.
Yep.
Have you been following Grant Cardone on Undercover Billionaire at all?
A little bit.
I just binge watched all of it, and not to do any spoilers, but the business that he partnered and helped create was a marketing business. It was pretty interesting on what they did and all the dynamics of it. So if anybody goes and watches it, I watch it because of Grant, so I skipped through all the other parts. I'm sure the other two participants were real good too, but I only wanted to see Grant, so I skipped through and just watched the parts.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So
Yeah. Well, the word on the street is the Cardone Kern agency fell apart, and there's no one to do any of the work.
I haven't heard that part yet.
No, you haven't. You're down on the inside.
I figured you might be.
It goes back to execution. That's why we have people like Sean and Kristen who make things happen. You could have a Grant as a figurehead. You could have Brad as a figurehead. All these people who are figureheads. We know a lot of figureheads, a lot of people who are known in the industry. They have perceived authority. But just because a Grant or whoever goes out there and says, I've got a digital marketing agency and you can hire us, can they deliver? You got to have an army of people with tight processes and systems. I see the stuff behind the scenes, and I see how hard Sean and Kristen are working to make these things happen. There's a lot of just non-glamorous things that have to happen with people and processes and documenting things and tasks and payroll and Basecamp and reporting and time cards and status reports and logistical sorts of things and meetings. And a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is just hanging out on the beach and doing fun sorts of things. And once you become an entrepreneur, like Jeremy knows, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you don't anticipate. So when we spent time with Jake, do you think we're just hanging out, goofing off? Or do you think we're actually working? To put together the stuff that you saw just now, and that's only one piece of it, how much effort do you think it is to put together something like that, right? Do you think Jake Paul put that stuff together? Or do you think Jake Paul basically, showed up, went through the script, right? We had a team of people put this whole thing together. I'm going to show you one more thing and then we got to run because it's almost time to go eat. We don't want to be late. Let me share my screen again. Okay, check this out. So this is the teacher's edition. Now this is for Dr. Glenn Vo, but it's the same kind of thing. Now you can see that the teacher's edition shows the behind the scenes of all the assets that have to fit together. Topic wheel builder, these tools, landing pages, guides that we put together. Here's a promotional ILP, interactive landing page like you saw. We were in the ILP, not the course itself. That was just a promo piece. But look, you see this here? This is a twine map. Our buddy Mark Wagner found this tool that allows us to build interactive journeys, kind of a choose your own adventure. And you can see the complexity here. If you answer this way versus that way, can you imagine the mapping out of this? Bandersnatch, Black Mirror, whatever it is, right? And so this thing is complex because we're going through metrics analysis action. We're trying to entertain. Any question we ask, would you like to do this or like to do that? We have to pre-plan what the answers are. We have to answer all of the different variations of those as well. Otherwise, it results in a dead end, and then everything has to split out these different paths, and we're collecting what's your income, what kind of job would you like? Oh, would you want to be a video editor? Do you want to write? Do you want to, make websites? Where do you live? Oh, do you want to serve dentists or real estate agents? We're asking all these questions along the way. And then hopefully start to personalize and give people personalized recommendations that help them advance in wherever they are. If they're a business owner, if they're a VA that does content, or they do SEO, or they're an account manager, or whatever it is, you can imagine the kind of path that we want to bring people through. So imagine that all these courses fit together in this overall framework. And that's what we're building. That's what all of us are here. Dr. Vivek's a chiropractor, technically, but he's there to help other people heal and have a better golf drive, just that little bit, extra 10 yards on the drive. hanging out with all these rich Phil Mickelson level golfers, right? Who are super competitive on the weekend. And ultimately, sports performance ties back to ego, ties to having a better life, but he happens to do it through being a chiropractor. And all of us do the same kind of thing, right? And we have documentation, JP and everyone else, on how we do all of this. Everything we do is documented. We don't do anything that doesn't have a checklist, and everything that's a checklist, we will put into practice. Otherwise it goes stale, out of date. All right.
Dennis, can I start to ask a real quick question?
Sure.
Is that tool like accessible or free to be able to create something interactive like that on a WordPress website? To
Not
act as a
really.
pre-qualification, like pre-screening?
Yeah, the tool providers will say that it's easy. The tool providers will say it's almost free, but the practical implementation of these things is never as easy as these guys say it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that from direct experience. It's not as easy. It looks easy. It is not easy. So if you look at the other implementations of Lightspeed, you're not going to see them with the level of polish and sophistication like you just saw. It is possible, as we've demonstrated. It is not easy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Any final thoughts? We got to run in a minute. Got to go meet our Lutronic friends.
Dennis, 2 points here. First is thank you for the demo today. That was really cool to walk us through the back end. Second, you're doing a talk, I believe, tomorrow on e-com on Clubhouse.
Yep.
So just wanted to remind everybody of that. And then, of course, I wanted to follow up and see if you're still available to send out evites or invites for Clubhouse.
Oh, I think I'm out. And you don't want to run it through me. I'm probably the most inefficient person to be doing invites. Any of the other 15 minutes.
I have invites if you need any.
But put them in the group, right? Put them in the group and we can invite each other.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll see you on the call tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. Any final thoughts? Glad you guys are all here.
Thanks for your time today, Dennis. Appreciate it.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Dennis.
You were awesome. 1 to 10, how do we do?
Always broke the scale. Always
10
broke the
out of
scale.
10.
All right, cool. Catch you guys next week.
Take care.